I was looking at that Brian Cox book I've mentioned a few times about E equals MC squared this morning, and I came across the phrase to hone in on, like he was talking about the answer to a question or a particular problem. He was talking about how by trial and error you might hone in on the answer, and it was spelt H-O-N-E, hone in on. And I'd always thought that the expression was home in on, H-O-M-E, home in on. You know, the image I've had in my mind when I've used that phrase myself is always a bit like a homing pigeon, or a bit like a game like Ludo, you know, where you move your counters around the board and you eventually get home. And it was about you know, taking some kind of a journey, or you know, moving across moving across an expanse of space towards a kind of predetermined target, a predetermined location in that space that you weren't sure what it was, so you kind of fly around if you're a pigeon, or you move your counters around if you're playing Ludo, and eventually you know, if the magnetic fields are doing what they're supposed to, or if the dice does what you want it to, then you arrive home, and you know, you've homed in on the target. But this was spelt in this book, hone in on, H-O-N-E. Now of course it might have been a typographical error, but I doubt it. It's probably my imagining of it that was wrong, because to hone in on must be very different. To hone in on, I mean, honing means put an edge to, isn't it? If you hone something, I think you sharpen it. I'm pretty sure that's what hone means. So to hone in must be to, yeah, as I say, put an edge on, but sharpen your. Oh God, what does it mean? That I can't really get to what it means. Because if you're looking for a solution to a problem, how does putting an edge on something or sharpening something lead you to a problem? Hone in on. Oh, I don't know, maybe it's to do with this thing I talked about before, when it's about, you know, whetting a blade in order to be able to better cut through the undergrowth to get to this place that the undergrowth is hiding. You know, like you might sharpen a machete if you're hacking your way through the jungle to try and find the lost city of El Dorado or something. You might do that, in which case you would need to hone your machete in order to be able to get to the lost city. Maybe the hone is a bit like that. So you hone in on a solution because your solution to this problem you have is buried under this undergrowth of complexities and conflicting ideas and wrong answers and confusions and insufficient data and all that kind of stuff. So you would need to sharpen up the tools that you would use in order to be able to find that solution. As I say, in order to hack away at the undergrowth of nonsense to get to the true answer through trial and error. Hacking away, clearing the undergrowth, revealing the truth. To hone in on. But it might have been a typographical error, who knows.